Think about the last time you sat down to watch a movie. You pick something out, a classic maybe, something you've been telling yourself you need to watch. You got comfortable, you dimmed the lights, you told yourself you were going to disconnect for 2 hours. 20 minutes in, the pacing shifts, the dialogue slows down. Two characters are just sitting in a room, talking. There are no explosions, no quick cuts, just a scene. What did your hand do? It reached into your pocket or it reached for the coffee table. You didn't even make a conscious choice. Your brain felt a microsecond of understimulation, and your hand moved on autopilot. You woke up mid-scroll on TikTok, illuminated by the blue light of your phone, while a masterpiece of cinema played to an empty room in the background. You rewound the movie, you put the phone face down. 10 minutes later, you flipped it back over, just to check. You haven't watched a movie in years. You've watched your phone with a movie playing in the background. You think this is a minor bad habit. You tell yourself, my attention span is just a bit fried. Everyone does it. It's not just a movie. The movie is the canary in the coal mine. Extrapolate this. Fast forward 5 years. You're at a dinner table with someone you love. They are pouring their heart out to you about a problem at work or a fear they have. There is a slight pause in the conversation, a moment of silence while they gather their thoughts. Your hand twitches, your eyes glaze over. You are looking for the dopamine hit because the human in front of you is moving too slowly. Fast forward 10 years. You're holding your kid. It's a quiet Sunday afternoon. It's peaceful, too peaceful. The void creeps in. You reach for the screen with your free hand. You are becoming a ghost in your own life. You are an echo. Physically, you are in the room. Mentally, you checked out a decade ago. Your life is slowly becoming a fragmented blur of 15-second distractions, shielding you from the terrifying, beautiful reality that you are aging, you are dying, and you aren't even awake for the ride. If you cannot sit with a piece of art for 2 hours, you cannot sit with yourself. And if you cannot sit with yourself, you have no future. You just have a series of distractions leading up to a grave. Now, stop beating yourself up. Guilt is a useless emotion right now. It's not a lack of willpower. You didn't fail, you were conquered. Thousands of the smartest engineers in the world are paid millions of dollars to map your brainstem. They studied your neurology and they found the universal human vulnerability, the fear of the void. We are absolutely terrified of silence. Why? Because silence is where the uncomfortable thoughts live. It's where your regrets are. It's where the anxiety about your future waits for you. It is where the quiet voice tells you that you aren't living up to your potential. So, the algorithm offered you a deal. Hand over your attention, hand over your time, and we guarantee you will never have to sit alone with those dark thoughts ever again. We will numb you. You took the deal. We all did. Your inability to watch a movie isn't because movies got worse. It's because the movie requires you to surrender control of the pacing. A director asks you to wait. A TikTok algorithm never asks you to wait. It serves you exactly what you want before you even know you want it. They built the trap perfectly. But understanding the trap doesn't get you out of it. They built the walls. But you are the one holding the door shut from the inside. They rely on your cowardice. They rely on your refusal to face the quiet. I know exactly how suffocating it is, because I lost a year of my life to this exact paralysis. I remember the exact moment the illusion shattered for me. I was sitting in the dark watching Blade Runner 2049, a visual masterpiece, a film I had anticipated for months. 3 hours passed, the credits rolled. I sat there in the dark and realized I couldn't tell you what happened in the second act. I couldn't explain the emotional arc of the main character. Why? Because for an hour and a half of that runtime, I was locked into an argument on Twitter with a stranger whose name I couldn't remember about a topic I didn't actually care about. The art I claimed to love was treated as background noise. I felt a physical wave of nausea. It wasn't just regret, it was a deep, hollow panic. I realized I had lost the capacity to just be. I wasn't consuming media anymore. The media was consuming me. I was chewing on digital gravel, wondering why I was starving. I looked at the black screen of my TV, saw my own reflection, and realized I had absolutely nothing going on inside my head. I was empty. You think boredom is the enemy. You think that itch in your brain when a movie gets slow or when you're standing in line at the grocery store is a signal that something is wrong. You think it's a problem that needs to be solved with a screen. You have it completely backwards. That itch is the beginning of a thought. That boredom, that is the crucible. Boredom is not the absence of stimulation. It is the required baseline for deep processing. You are actively running away from the exact state of mind that generates creativity, self-awareness, and profound peace. The slowness you hate in movies? That is the space where the emotion actually lands. Without the slow buildup, the climax means nothing. If you can't sit through a slow scene, you can't sit through a slow Tuesday. You can't sit through the messy, unscripted, boring parts of a real relationship. Silence isn't empty, it is full. It is the only place your actual voice exists. Every time you reach for your phone during a lull in a movie, you are assassinating your own inner monologue. You are choosing to be a receptacle for someone else's noise rather than an author of your own thoughts. The friction of boredom is the only thing that creates a spark. Stop putting the fire out before it starts. You don't need another dopamine detox tutorial. You don't need a productivity app to lock your screen. You need to remember how to endure your own existence without a pacifier. So here's the deal. When this video ends, you are going to close the app. You are going to put your phone on a table in another room. You are going to walk back into your room, sit on your bed or your couch or the floor, and you are going to look at the wall for 10 minutes. No music, no podcast in the background, no secondary stimulation. Just you and the devastating silence you've been running from for years. It will hurt. Your brain will scream at you. You will feel a physical urge to get up and check your notifications. Do it anyway. Sit in the quiet. Let the boredom crush you until it breaks open. Find out who is still left inside that head of yours. Now, close the app. Look at the wall.